If you happen to go by Riverside Park in La Crosse today, it's hard to miss the floating museum that's now stationed there. The USS Landing Ship Tank 325 brings with it 80 years of history, including service in World War II. News 19's Crystal Flintrop caught a ride on the LST from Genoa to La Crosse this morning to give us a taste of that history and the mission to preserve it.
The landing ship tanks were commissioned in World War II at the request of Prime Minister Winston Churchill. The ships were created with flat bottoms, which made shallow landing operations easier.
They hauled everything you can imagine. They hauled ammunition, they hauled tanks, they hauled ducks, which is the amphibious trucks. Not this one, but 4 of these were converted to hospital ships and landed right after D-Day.
The LST 325 is the last operational landing ship tank with World War II configurations. Built in 1942, it has quite the history.
It saw service in Salerno and Sicily, and then after that it was prepped for D-Day or Operation Overlord. It made 44 trips across the channel to bring men and equipment from England to Europe. And the return trips was either prisoners or wounded soldiers.
The LST 325 was under U.S. control for 22 years, and then under Greek control for 35. In 2000, the ship was saved from going to a scrapyard in Crete through an act of Congress. Now it's maintained by volunteers from all over the nation, many who have served on landing ship tanks themselves.
In Vietnam, these ships had 2 major ways they worked. One is they were down in the Mekong Delta, basically as mother ships for small patrol craft. Back in those days, they didn't have containers. Everything was on pallets. And so they'd unload the ship and then forklift the pallets down the pier, down the beach, where we were pulled up on a beach and load us. And we did all that loading ourselves.
Paired with the LST 325 traveling around the U.S. and those who have lived through these events, the mission is to share this history with the public.
The goal of the cruise is to enlighten the younger generations of what happened during World War II is one of the first things. And then to remember, to honor those people. And it's amazing. We're honoring the soldiers, obviously, but the women that built these ships, you know, that's another missing piece that we want to make sure we take care of, because many of these ships were built by women, and it's pretty fantastic.
He says these tours can provide families a glimpse into the lives of those who have served. On the Mississippi River, I'm Crystal Flintrop, News 19.
Oh, quite the story. Thank you, Crystal. And a little local history as well. That ship is the first to dock at the newly completed levee in Riverside Park, where it will stay until Monday. Tours of the LST start on Thursday and run from 9 in the morning until 5 in the evening daily. Tickets are $15, which go toward the preservation efforts for that ship.